Hi everyone, welcome back to another unboxing video, and today I'm going to be unboxing Monsterlands by Second Gate Games. This is, I bought this brand new from eBay. I actually managed to pick this up for a modest £8.65, I think, which is, I think, about $10 in US dollars. I honestly don't know as to why this was so cheap. I feel like maybe someone's had this for a while and they've just not wanted to keep hold of it. They've just stuck it up for auction on eBay, and that was it, really. I've seen this base game on eBay go for £30, which is probably about, well, $40, $42, $45, something like that. I've also seen it for about £60 here in the UK. And other than that, I've seen it again in places like Germany, the US. And again, you'd be paying a lot on shipping to get it into the UK. I played this last weekend with a buddy of mine who has the Kickstarter edition of the game. And he's got all the nice wooden token components and stuff. So yeah, that was quite nice to play that version. So that's the version that I would like to get, but I've not been able to find a copy of it really anywhere. There's expansions for it, and there was Kickstarter stuff that you could get, but this is just the base game. So it's a little bit old, the box. It's got some damage to it, as you can see, but you know what? I can forgive that for the price of £8.65. Here's the back of the box. Again, you can see what looks to be just a bit of shelf wear, really, from having it been on someone's shelf for a long time. And let me see if I can give you a close-up view of that damage there. Again, it just looks like it's been on someone's shelf, on a tightly packed shelf, and they've pulled it out every once in a while to maybe move it around, or maybe to, I don't know, get out and have a look at to see if they would play it, but it's not really had any use. This came out in 2018, so unless this thing has been resealed, this is still in its original packaging and has yet to be opened from that time, which will make it 8 years this year. So this was Kickstarter funded. It had a budget of, I think, €25,000, and it beat that by almost 10 times that amount, by, I think, about 2,500 backers, something like that. So yeah, it did very well on Kickstarter, and I think it debuted in an event in Germany back in 2018 and got quite a lot of foot traffic there on release. But it's sort of sat as like a mid-tier game, and people regard it as like a very fun Euro dice worker placement with fun systems and way of mitigating bad dice rolls to fight these monsters. And I thoroughly enjoyed it when I played as well, especially with the nicer dice and that my buddy had with the Kickstarter edition. But I just really enjoyed playing the game, so I actually went and picked up a copy of the standard game, and I think this will get to the table quite a few times. So I'm going to go ahead and open this, and I'll just pick away at one of these existing holes. Here we go. At the bottom corner here, it's just coming away. There we go. So, there we are. That's all the plastic off. I was actually filming another video for the channel. If you want to check out my channel for other unboxing videos, just yesterday, 2 days ago actually, between this video and the last unboxing video I did, I was filming another unboxing video for the board game Brass Birmingham, which is Board Game Geek's #1 board game of all time, and I was very excited to play it, and I got that off eBay as well from what looked like to be quite a reputable seller. But yeah, turned out to be a complete counterfeit. The components in the board game were very poor quality. The text was blurry. The card quality was washed out and poor. So yeah, looked to be a complete counterfeit and a fake. So I'm in the process of getting a refund for that and returning it, and leaving the seller some rather negative feedback. So partially on me for, again, you take that chance, don't you, when you shop on eBay rather than buying retail. But I've done a lot of board games. I've probably bought over 30 board games recently. Some pre-owned, some new, some pre-owned and still sealed like this one. And all of them have been genuine, except for that one. So I've generally been fine with buying secondhand board games, even from eBay. But you take that chance sometimes, don't you, with running into people that are less than honest. So there we go. Let's open the box. I like the art on the inside of the box there. It's very colourful and vibrant. Let me just set that there. Here's the rule book. And let's see how many pages it has. I know how the game works. This doesn't look too bad. It doesn't look like the easiest of reads, but it's got plenty of pictures. Again, it's not massively heavy, this game, but it's not like super light either. So yeah, just looking at some of the things here. Yeah, land cards. So if you fail to defeat one of the monsters, you can actually fight the land, essentially, or try to conquer the land, or go on a conquest for the land, and you get extra dice and these points. So yeah, you got missions, land battles, death of a mercenary. The death of a mercenary. Whoa, cleanup phase. So we're on 21 pages already. 22, 23, 24, 25. Yeah, these are just appendices now, aren't they? Okay. Solo scenario book. Is there a solo mode? I'll have to look at that. But there we go. There's the book for you. Just so you can have a quick read of it. And, well, not a quick read of it, but a quick look at it. So, not doing any major reading. Here we've got all the bits and bobs. We've got some money up here. Here's the potions here. So, the potions... in the Kickstarter version, you have these potions as wooden tokens, but here they're just circular, cardboard tokens. Same with this. In the Kickstarter, you've got wooden stars, red and blue. And use both on your player board. So here's some of the characters. Yep. Trying to see which ones I recognize from when I played it. I recognize this one, Karuna, but we only played one game of it. What the characters do I recognize from my playthrough of it that one time? Parsas, I remember her. I think I had her on my team. Genova, had her on my team. Yeah, these are the shields. These are some traps, I think. Yep. So I'll just keep going through. I recognize this one for sure because it's very freaky. Looks like something out of Attack on Titan. I remember her. She was on my team. Trelina. Yeah. And there's more. Who else was on my team? Perkas, he was on my team. And Korgo, he was on my team. And I think Vidala, she was on my team as well, towards the end. Potentially. Yeah. I actually won the game that I played. It was fun. Considering that it was my first playthrough, my buddy David had played a lot of it. Or at least played it a number of times before I had. To win it was quite fun and satisfying. The board isn't massive, you know. It only folds out once. So it's 2x1. Like this. That's it. That's the board. Okay, so not a massive board. But there's a lot to look at, as you can see. There's a lot of little squares and icons and stuff. But it's really quite simple. I won't go into explaining how the game works, but just a few examples. Here, when you have your dice, it's worker placement. So you put your dice, you roll your dice, and you put them on the board. So you have yellow dice, red dice, and purple dice. And they all do different things. So purple dice here, you can only really do a few things with purple dice. You can get some gold with purple dice. You can also use purple dice to craft potions. So if you're the first to do it and put a purple die there, regardless of the number, you get 3 potions for being the first to do it, or 2 potions if you're the second to do it. If those slots are filled, you cannot make any potions for that round. Here, you can use red or yellow die to go to the shop and buy something. So I think it's a character, really, that you're buying here, which go along these slots here on the side of the board. You're spending, I think, typically, I only ever put yellow dice here, though it looks like you can put red ones there. But if you use a yellow die, I don't know if it applies the same for red dice, but if you use a yellow die and you put it in this spot, whatever the number of the yellow die is, acts as a discount for the price of the card. So if you want to buy a character and it costs 10 gold to buy that character, that mercenary, but you only have, like, say, 5 gold, but if you roll the yellow 6 and put it here, then you discount it by 6. So that character that costs 10 now only costs 4. So with your 5 gold, you'll be able to buy it and still have 1 left over. You know what I mean? So you can refresh them as well. Up here, you can buy a trap. These are traps. So here is where you go to fight a monster. You put a monster card up here for everyone to see. And then you can choose where to go on the track. So you can choose the very first spot. You can go here, okay, provided someone hasn't gone there already. And if you choose this lane, that means you'll fight the monster first. Okay, and typically on a monster card, you'll have 2 values to beat. The first value will be how much you need to roll to trap the monster. And you'll get certain rewards for trapping it. It'll be easier to trap a monster than it is to slay it. And so typically the rewards are a little bit less. Still good, but a little bit less. Also, if you go here, you still may fight it first, provided that no one has gone here. But if you choose to go here and not here, and then the player after you decides to go here, they will fight it first. Okay, so they'll get first crack at the monster to take it out. So why would you decide to go here? Why would you decide to go second? Well, if they fail to either trap it or kill it, then you will get your chance. But the damage carries over. So you might want to leave someone else to go first if it's a tougher monster to let them soften it up for you. So you might be able to steal the kill. You know? So there's a bit of strategy to be had here. You know, so there we go. Down here, you can buy some shields for the costs here using yellow or red die. Here you can put a die over here to buy some equipment, which make your characters better. Over here you can spend a red die to get some gold. If you're the first 2 players that spend a red die on the slots gets 6 gold. And then once these are filled, you can go here, and then here after that. And of course, you can go in these slots more than once yourself. I think you take turns in the worker placement. Now, over here, there's some more little things that you can do. This bit is a little bit more complicated, this part. But over here, this is just more of this. And then over here, you have a track for defeating a monster. So if a monster during that round is not defeated, they go over here, I believe. And for every round that that monster lives, you take a token and cover one of these spaces, like here, or maybe here. And if that space is covered, then you cannot do that action. Let's say you're running out of gold and you want to go there, but a monster over here is blocking this spot, so you can't until this monster's defeated and what have you. So the game ends in a few different ways. I think I can't remember. Again, I've not read the rule book myself. Just remember from what my buddy told me. You got 6 rounds. I think just however many points you score in the 6 rounds, and whoever's got the most is the winner. The land cards go up here. So again, if you fail to defeat a monster, or let's say the person before you defeats the monster, you don't get to fight the monster underneath that one. You get to fight or try and conquest the land, and you can then put one of your characters or mercenaries of the same element on that land and not have to pay the upkeep cost for that mercenary at the end of the round. So what else have we got in the box? We got a nice bag here with a picture on it. This is for I'm not sure what this is for. I don't know if your dice go in there or storing tokens or what. There's a little bit of a crease in it. I'll see if I can get that crease out. There. I might have to iron it. But it's kind of synthetic-y. Maybe it's probably not a good idea to iron it. Here's the dice. These are much nicer in the Kickstarter edition. These are just standard looking dice, really. But they're the colours of what you need, really. And again, much nicer in the Kickstarter edition, and I wish I had those dice. But, I mean, you can go online and get nice dice if you're really bothered by that, and get as many as you need if you're really fussed, but that's okay for me, really. The game in itself is fun. Having nice components to play with does make it more fun for me personally, but there we go. Here's the cards for you to have a look at. So yeah, there's the faction. I'm sure they have proper names, but I just call it the Wind faction. Here's the dice that you get. So there's a bit of like engine building too. So the more characters or mercenaries you have, the more dice that you have to play with, meaning the more workers that you can place and the more stuff you can get and so on. So there's a really nice engine building mechanic to this as well with collecting mercenaries. But the problem is, again, you have to pay upkeep at the end of the round. So, yeah, let's have a look at some of the characters on the cards. Tortok, Naduru, Poisen, Frunks, Taran, Korgo, he was one of my characters. Ugh, this nightmare. Timbulu, Drapus, Taroa, Fandor, Wando, and Alina. Yeah. So there's just a few. Here's the abilities that they have. So, for example, for Perkas, his ability is when fighting a monster, you get to block 1 damage. They're quite squishy, you know, these. So your mercenaries can and will die if you don't protect them. So he has one. This one, Tortok, looks like if you trap it, you get +1 extra point for doing it. And it'll give you a yellow and red die. He gets a That's a heal potion, that blue one. For poison, that's +2 on a slain monster. This one is you get an extra purple die to use. When doing that action, I think you get 2 extra gold, Taran. So again, you get to re-roll a yellow die with Corgo, plus a red die. That's just the same as Purkas. The ones that do not have like a gold cost here at the top left corner are starter characters, it looks like. And then the rest, I think, are ones that you can buy. Are there any more starter characters? Like your starter mercenary. I feel like there's more. Or is there only 4? Looks like there's only 4. Yeah. Purkas, Tortok, Naduru, and Poison. So, there we go. And then after that, you've got, here we go, the equipment cards. So you've got this backpack looking thing. Rashnek. Okay. It costs 6, but when you go to the mine to get gold, you get +2. This one means any, what do you call it, traps. Any traps that you buy, you pay 4 less gold on. This is just a shield, so get an extra block for a character when fighting a monster. This is re-roll 2 yellow die, 2 purple, an extra purple die, 2 extra purple die when conquesting a land, an extra red die when you are either fighting or capturing a monster, re-rolling red die twice, and then here we go, here's some monsters for you to have a look at. So this looks like it's a giant dune-looking worm, Snagnus. So here's the ability. I think it will roll 5 black die, and then I forget how the combat works with the black die when the monster attacks. I forget, but there you go. The first number here is the capture. As you can see, there's a little trap icon there. I'll bring this a bit closer for you. And if you're able to capture it, you have to use one of your trap tokens to do it. You get 5 blue stars, points on the blue star, and plus 10 gold. That's really good. But if you're able to slay it by getting a value of 20 with your dice and things, then you get 7 points and 3 skins to use at the end of the game. So if you think you can do a combo and you've got lots of traps and a poison potion and you've got lots of dice to commit to the combat, then you can go for it. That would be quite a late one to try and go for, probably. Moldo, Scon, Trons, Krun, Charybdis. Charybdis for me, please. It's too heavy for me. Crushuth, Abyssur, Blandor. That's the one on the front of the box. Blandor. So there you go. So those are all the cards, I think. And then, well, you've got, these are the lands now that you can conquest. So if you're able to, if you're able to conquest a land, then, sorry, my brain went completely blank then. You can, like, this one lets you trade in, I think, a purple die and get 3 shield tokens to use in combat. So they do different things. They give you points, and again, you can use them to not have to pay the upkeep. So there you go. Here's some more. These are standard characters that you can get. So You know, like in Clank, if anyone's ever played Clank before, if you don't have enough gold to buy one of the characters, you can buy something that's quite cheap, like this. Yeah, it just means that you're still getting a character instead of, oh, I can't buy anything now because I don't have enough money. But you can buy one of these Novicius. So yeah, there you go. That's all the cards now. So there we go. So those are all the cards. Let's have a look at the backs. Just briefly, you can see what they are on the backs. The faces make me laugh. Right, inside here you've got some baggies, 4 tokens. This big one will be for, I don't even know. Here's your player boards as well. So the Kickstarter has the nice wooden stars. And yeah, you can put them here and here. The way this works is your blue star always has to stay ahead of the red star. So let's say you've got 5 here and 1 here. You cannot let your red star pass the blue one. And so if I've understood the rules right, or if my buddy taught me the rules right, basically you cannot buy a character if it would mean that your red stars exceed the blue ones. So for example, let me find a character. Here's a good example. Great. Okay, here's a good example. Sorry. Let's say you've got 1 red, 5 blue. Okay, you could buy this character for 4 gold because it would move your red star up 3. So you'd go 1, 2, 3, and you'd end there. That's just before the blue star. But you cannot say buy this one, because that would take you past the blue star. I think the blue and the red star can occupy the same space, but the red star cannot overtake the blue one. So this 5 here would go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and you could not buy that one. So sometimes you'll have the money to do things and buy a character, but you need to fight some beasts and get some blue stars, because otherwise you're not going to have very many points at the end. And here's the upkeep cost. At the end of the round, you're paying 1 gold per mercenary that you have. And then when you exceed 10 points, you get more dice to use in your pool, an extra red and a yellow, but every mercenary that you have then will now cost 2 gold. So you need to make sure that you leave yourself enough money and have enough to pay the upkeep cost. Otherwise, you're going to have to discard your best mercenary. So you have to be really careful. You need to win enough fights. This one, these figures here are how many of those items that you can have, unless you're able to boost that somehow with maybe like a character as ability or an item or something like that. So you're not allowed more than 3 healing potions, 5 shields, 3 poison potions, and 5 traps. And of course, there's 4 player boards. So that is it for the unboxing and a little bit of a ramble with Monsterlands. I hope you enjoyed the video. Let me just put all this back in. I'll probably get this to the table quite quick, because I really like this one. I'm excited to play it, so I think I'm gonna try and get this to the table soon. I might play it with my brother over the weekend, in fact, because this is a good one and it's not too difficult to teach. So I think the cards are gonna go in here. I think that's what this big old bag is for. So after this video, I'm pretty much just going to spend the next probably 10 minutes or so putting the tokens and that in these little bags. So thank you so much for watching, everybody. Again, if you're watching these unboxing videos, I'm not getting a lot of views on them, but I'm just doing it out of hobby for myself, really. Because I feel like once I unbox a game, that's it. I don't get to unbox it again. So I feel like once I take the plastic off, I feel like I have to do something nice for buying a board game. And yeah, doing an unboxing video is something I enjoy. Just having a bit of a ramble, maybe about where I got it, how much I paid for it, and what have you. Just showing you more of the box stuff there. There's some what do you call it? Expansion stuff there. Heavy weapons. Might pick that up sometime in the future. I'm hoping that maybe someone online at some point will put up their Monsterlands collection. And if I save up some money, I can sell this standard edition and get maybe like the Kickstarter stuff with some expansions as well. But there we go. Thanks so much for watching. Yeah, that's it. Monsterlands unboxing. If you want to see more unboxing videos, go check out my channel. I recently unboxed an expansion for Horizon Zero Dawn, the board game, and I unboxed a pretty hard to find cult classic fishing board game called Freshwater Fly, which was very difficult, and there was a whole fiasco about trying to get it shipped over from Belgium of all places. So thanks very much for watching, and again, take care. If you want to subscribe, please do leave a like or a comment, and feel free, but otherwise, take care. Thanks for watching. Bye bye.